Alrighty, Monster Hunter folks. Brachydios, raging Brachydios. Coffee? No coffee. No coffee? Coffee. One's angry, one's happy, one got 8 hours of sleep, one got 5 hours of sleep. I'm assuming. Let's take a listen to this. Compare and contrast the two. I like this. I've seen a little bit of the gameplay clips of this, so there is this real feeling of, we feel these green, whatever these things are. You feel that plodding quality to it. You know, like he's seething and agitated. Wow, that's really cool in the back. There's a lot of mallet instruments in this too. So I hear a xylophone or a marimba. Being that we see that Brachydios has this thing and the things, there's a real feeling of heavy and hitting the ground with its limbs. But there too, as we go up the scale, there's a feeling of like, I'm pissed. I got woken up from a nap, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like. That's unbelievable. It really feels like this fight for life and death, and you feel it's almost cacophonous. It's overbearing at times. Ding dong, ding dong, dong, dong. There's like bells going off. Rocks are being thrown, and there's falling debris. That repeated phrase continues to happen, and there's really feeling of like, you won't stop me. I just assume Brachydios sounds like that. You won't get in the way of my. It's almost heroic in a way. No, you won't defeat me. You know. It's super subtle, but in the back you hear this piano and you hear, again, that mallet instrument. And it's really cool to me because it's giving me the indication, and I think I saw gameplay of this, but does Brachydios slam into things and it like uses its whole body as a sort of, I think I saw gameplay of this. So there's a lot of like almost using its entire body to like reinforce an attack. Whereas some other monsters or dragons or whatever, they tend to use like swipes and swings, and it feels like Brachydios is literally like trying to pile drive you, and you hear that in the music as well. But I've seen it. I think I've seen a clip of this. as it just like slams. In a way, it feels like they're just like slamming the piano. Same with the horn there. We have the horn recap right there. This is kind of the same thing. It's this descending as this like slams its fists on the ground. In a way, it feels like violence personified. There's a real heft here, a real sense, and all of these elder dragons and beasts from Monster Hunter have weight to them, but there is this real feeling of like using the entirety of the weight. Let's listen to Raging Brachydios. How could it be any different? Chorus. You still feel the intensity, you still feel this feeling of like heft, but now obviously the tempo is vastly increased in speed. We have the chorus, which it sounds like a very heroic chorus, and in this case, ha, ho, he, ha, 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 he, ha, right? So that requires a lot of air. That gives you the sensation of like tension, right? But also vocally, you're literally having to squeeze your body as you go, ho, he, ha, ha. Your whole body like kind of juts and squeezes and releases and squeezes, and so there's a real sense of conflict in there. That's really interesting to me. I don't understand why Brachydios has this intense sound quality. It really has this like real feeling of no, you won't. There's a real feeling of desperation. And I have to assume it comes from the perspective of Brachydios here. The chorus really adds a layer there too of it, a real drama and tension and concern and worry. There's a ton of dissonance in the chorus. they're crunching against each other. It reminds me a lot of the Pendrecki Credo, actually. I mean, not really, but there is a similar quality to it. It's really interesting. Actually, that's a really interesting gesture too. It's like the short, tight rhythm, and then let me step here, smash here, swing. It's like back and forth. And actually, that phrase coming from the chorus is a real sense of strength. You know? It feels odd for me to say this, but there is this feeling of desperation, like, no, you will not take me. And then as we build, we move a half step, then we move another half step, then we move another half step. This is really interesting to me because there is a real dynamic here of almost fear. Fear of being taken away, fear of death, fear of loss, desperation, pushing ahead. It's really interesting to me. And actually, this is one of the tracks that I've heard that really feels life or death, which we could say that about any Monster Hunter track. But in this case, I feel like it's life or death for Brachydios, like consciously or unconsciously or like primordially or evolutionarily. There's a real, I don't think Brachydios has a conscious necessarily, but yeah, so that's awesome. As always, there's tons of Monster Hunter on the channel. Feel free to like, subscribe. Feel free to check out the links in the about section if you want to support the channel. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.